All right, welcome back to It's New. There you get all the new stuff going on in Google and Google Outerverse, because we're not just talking about Google today, I think. We got the whole crew again. I'm sorry. I know it's a little bit too much for most of you guys, but we're all here.
I'm very happy to be here.
How are you, Greg?
I'm doing phenomenal today, Morty. Thanks for asking. It's nice.
And how are all the lights in your head? Are they also okay?
I knew that. I knew something was coming.
It's Morty's gonna have real issues because he's not only going after lice, he's going after like Cleveland.
I went after Cleveland hard in the podcast.
He's going after people with goatees. It's just he doesn't stop. It's just like he's like one of these like children that just like picks on people constantly. He's gonna be in the corner. I don't know when Crystal's gonna put him in the corner, but he needs to be put in the corner. So
no one puts Morty in corner.
All right, we'll get working on that. Anyway, Greg, what are you talking about?
Is the clock tick-tocking on Google Ads search dominance?
Crystal?
The good, the bad, and the ugly new search features.
Morty?
I have a preferred lesson for you about search.
And is Google no indexing your JavaScript? Maybe not. Yada, yada, yada. Greg, why don't you kick us off?
All right. So announced yesterday, TikTok is launching search ads. And these ads will be placed directly within TikTok search. They could kind of show up there previously. These are going to be specifically targeted to search. According to TikTok, 57% of its users utilize the search functionality, and 23% of users search for something within 30 seconds of opening up the app. So as a search marketer or advertiser, it is always phenomenal to get new options to test, things to try out. It's how you become a good search marketer, or at least paid search marketer, whatever you want to call it. And I am here for it. Some of the information, again, this comes from TikTok, so take it with a grain of salt. They said that advertisers that run search ads in addition to in-feed ads see a 20% increase in conversions on average. And the search ads have more of a chance of conversion opposed to the in-feed ads, as 18% of users who see an in-feed ad don't interact with it, but end up doing it after seeing a corresponding search ad. So again, something very focused towards search. It is on a social media platform, but something everybody should be aware of. And if you've got extra budget, test it out.
I think it'll be interesting to see, because TikTok also has like their own shop. So like if you have products that compete with their own shop, they may it might be that they privilege those things, because they certainly see like their algorithm is a bit up and down right, in terms of signals. So I think that the testing thing, I think is going to be a big part of that, to see how it comes through, and to see how it actually surfaces content.
Yeah, but they did lose music, right? Just yesterday they announced they're closing their music on TikTok, so you can't get Taylor Swift on there anymore. But we're not on TikTok. We have to get this on TikTok. I don't know anything about TikTok, but
I might as well be living in a nursing home. I know nothing about TikTok.
Barry, did you buy a lot of stuff via TikTok search?
I don't even have TikTok. I need to get TikTok.
I'm
gonna get on TikTok.
I dabble. I can give you the 3 tips that I have.
If you want more of me, you can see my dumb face. Follow Cypress North. We have a TikTok, and I look like an idiot on there. They just throw cameras in front of me. And
Does that convert for you?
Watch my boss and all this. I mean, it shows our culture. So we're hiring. It's good.
All right. Talking about TikTok, I don't even know where to go from this, but fake reviews, Crystal.
Wow, that's a pivot. Okay, right. So on Google Maps, Mike Blumenthal spotted that you're now seeing a SERP feature that says suspected fake reviews were recently removed from this place, which I think it might make people behave better. But they've updated their reviews restrictions documentation, and this is sort of one of the things that's followed as a result of that. So
Crystal, can you do me a favor and just keep going through tons and tons of businesses on Google Maps for the next 2 days and see if you can find one of these?
Okay. Do we know anybody who's got some fake reviews?
Well, yeah, what we could do is we could leave fake reviews for Rusty Brick, see if Google finds them.
So that was the
And
first
then-
place I looked because there's tons of fake. Because every time I write a story about Google reviews, I have tons of people just like trying to spam reviews on my profile. So there's tons of them, and yet I don't have this notice. I think it's just in the UK for some reason. These labels, I could be wrong, which is why
I don't know. I'm in the UK and I'm not seeing anything on the old.
I think you got to stick with garage door open companies, locksmiths, the ones that usually get these fake reviews. Anyway, it's interesting. If anybody knows or has seen any of these, this is pretty wild. So this looks bad. I mean, you get one of these things on there, it looks like you're a fake business. So I wouldn't recommend. You don't have a choice, but it looks bad.
Yeah. I mean,
Can't companies manipulate this though? Like, can't I leave my competitor a bunch of fake reviews so they get the label and it looks
There's
like
no such thing as negative SEO. Google has told us that numerous times.
Sorry.
It is in the Department of Justice documentation. It's no such thing.
But there is.
I apologize.
But there is.
All right. And then Crystal, you want to talk about like the most popular and best prices out there?
but this is so that I said the bad, like, so that the other one was for a bad thing. That wasn't so good. This is a good thing. So the good tags, you've got basically Google's testing, adding labels to their product details so that when people search for products and you click on the product detail thing, that you can see different search results. And on the different search results, they'll have a little tag that says most popular. So for instance, if one seller has the most popular or is the most popular link, then they'll get a most popular tag. If a seller has the best price, they'll get a best price tag, which is useful. So I think that this gives people, a few different options and also helps people sort of, show their USP, because it might be that like maybe you don't have the best price, but actually, or the best price at retail, but maybe actually it's cheaper when you add in the shipping, or maybe you have really good customer service or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's a nice little for product retailers.
Yeah, I can't replicate this, but it's a good feature to have. Like if I am looking for a specific SKU, it is useful to like filter and search and say, based on my zip code, what's the cheapest in terms of tax and shipping and everything. It used to be the days where you didn't have tax online. That was the good old days. But that's where Greg didn't pay tax on those plans behind him. So I'm just letting you know.
Well, Greg's part of the 1% to pay taxes.
I pay a lot of tax, guys. You have no idea.
Yeah, I have an idea. We're small business owners. My account was like once like, it's a good thing you're paying so much in taxes. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Anyway, moving on to what's good for you. Morty, you got some stuff there?
Oh, I should have done this. I should have done the intro as Google has a search label for you, but do you prefer? Like totally botched. That's way better. Wow. All right. Anyway, a couple of search labels been spotted out there in the wild. One of them is a for you label. It's just a little label between the title link and the URL. It says for you. And then there's another one in the same place that says preferred source. The for you one, I think, is just weird. Like, how do you know it's for me? I don't know. All right, I guess. But the preferred source I don't like. I don't know why Google wants to put his thumb on the scale like that.
My gut feeling is this is like the you visit often type of label, just with different text.
Yeah, but
the preferred you is weird because it has this little gap and space in front of it, and I can't. And this guy sent me so many screenshots of this with so many different snippets, and he has no extensions or anything. So it must be just a label with somebody adding like spaces before. Some programmer just accidentally at Google added a bunch of spaces in front of it. Interesting to see, but I do think this is like you visit often type of label. It changed a little bit.
It can't be like it's gonna stick for real, right?
I hope so.
I don't know we're seeing. What we talk about all the time in the ads is like for your consideration. There are all these just different strange things happening now where they're like trying to customize it, but it's no rhyme or reason.
It makes you feel better. It makes you feel like better because it's like, this is for me. Thank you, Google, for giving me something. Thank you.
But there's no substance to it. There's like throwing labels everywhere.
Kind of like how when you talk to your wife and you're like,
Yeah, no substance whatsoever.
Can I also just say how funny it is that the example you had over at Search Engine Roundtable is a preferred source for link building services?
Yeah, it was that guy's company. I asked him for other examples and he gave me some competing blogs. So I'm like, I'm not going to use that. And this is more funny anyway. This is funny. So I'm like, I'm going to go with that.
How soon before people start putting up on the website, we're a preferred source in Google?
I know that was the first thing. Like Google's actually calling me a preferred source for link building. This is great. I'm going to get so much business. Yeah, Google's supposedly having a problem with indexing a no index attribute or meta tag on JavaScript pages using React and so forth. This is spotted by Mark William Cook, who found it Also Asked, and supposedly Also Asked saw an influx of index pages from pages that should not be indexed. It was some type of like spam thing, or they were getting spammed and generating all these URLs. So he slapped on using JavaScript, basically a no index meta tag, and it didn't work. And he's like, what the heck is going on? So he reached out to somebody at Google. I assume, I'm just guessing, I don't really know, but maybe Martin Split. And Martin Split was like, oh, that's interesting. We shouldn't be doing that. And Mark said he spoke to somebody at Google and they reported it as a bug and they're going to fix it. I'm not sure. Mark might hate me for this. I've seen so many examples of Google going to a page that's generated by JavaScript, the page, Googlebot being so fast where the page doesn't finish to actually render fully. The metadata or schema or structure markup isn't yet populated because JavaScript takes a few seconds to actually populate the information. And thus Google's rendering and indexing the page that hasn't been fully rendered yet, and thus not seeing the metadata, all of it, or some of the structured data or schema. So I think that's the case here, where Googlebot's a little bit too fast for the meta robots no index to actually show up and then not seeing it. So what he did anyway was go ahead and serve it up in the header using Cloudflare, which is a great solution to fix these things really quickly because that's the first thing Google will see. But I don't know if Google's going to actually fix this. They just have to get faster at, or maybe a little slower and wait a little bit, be more patient for the JavaScript to actually finish rendering and doing its thing and executing all the things that it needs to execute so that Google can actually figure out there's a no index meta directive on that page. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. A little bit technical, but
it was technical, but also very fast. So, but there's an article.
There's an article there, but people tell me they slow down whenever I talk. They actually, like one of the only YouTube videos they actually play in slow motion as opposed to speed things up. So, but it makes sense if you get it. So.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but on Siri, you can actually speed up the way it talks. So I actually sped it up because I had no patience for people to talk. Talking about
hyperdrive.
Since we have we could go a little bit longer. I had this kid in high school that was a slow talker, and it used to drive me like a really slow talker. It used to drive me insane. I'm like, can you just talk faster, just a little bit faster? And they're like, "Hello, Barry." I'm like, "No, just tell me what you want." And those people like DM me. It's like, "Hey, Barry, you there? I got something to tell you." I'm like, "Why don't you just tell me it as opposed to say asking if me I'm there? Just say it." I mean,
you know he's there. You know he's there. Have you ever seen him? He's
in your yearbook, they write like people person underneath your picture.
Definitely not. It's not about people, just being efficient with your time. You know, I mean, Greg, you're a big baseball fan. You actually coach, right?
Soccer, yeah.
Soccer. All right. There's different ways to like baseball.
Yeah.
I learned, I went to like a baseball or sports camp. I learned to use the hold the mitt. Oh, jeez. Hold the mitt like this, so that it's upwards like this, as opposed to like actually like this, is like so as opposed to like this, because then it's faster to grab the ball as opposed to turning your mitt. It's already turned when you catch it, so you can grab it and throw it faster. Which is why I keep my phone when I'm walking around over here. It's a little bit faster as opposed to keeping my pocket down here. It's faster to actually my face.
In case you get into a draw with somebody.
You never know. So anyway,
you're,
all about
you're
efficiency.
saving like 3 seconds a day there, Barry. Like
It's a lot. You know how many times you take a day? So any event, be efficient, enjoy, and the results are now personalized for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.